Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, rather. Another Tuesday. We're loaded up, and
you guys caught me in the
blessed.
middle of dessert. I'm about to get my Entenmann's on. But more of that later.
We're blessed to have the gang on and have ERock on today.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, heck yeah. And if, as always, if you're on Instagram, I can kind of sort of see the comments, but the Facebook and the YouTube pop up immediately. So we're gonna talk. Well, Dallas got eliminated. We'll recap Eagles Panthers. We had a bunch of fun at the tailgate. Obviously, the drama that's going on. We've got Eagles Steelers. That's going to be another fun one. We have all kinds of tailgates and things going on, and of course our favorite memes of the week. But what's up, boys?
You guys got to fill me in, man. I had to give up my ticket on Sunday. I had a family engagement, so you got to go with Dries. And E, I know you were hitting the lots hard. What was the game like?
I was hitting the lots hard. Normally, I don't get to bring my wife and kids to the game. But my mother, my father, and my brother and his wife, for varying reasons, couldn't make the game. So I had the opportunity to bring the kids and the wife down and met them down there. But yes, I was hitting the lots hard, taking the laps, bouncing from LFG to C6 to 4th and John to all of them. And it's always an enjoyable day. And tailgating, in my opinion, is the best part of game day. You know, you're down there, you're catching the vibes, you're seeing all the Eagles fans, they're all excited. You know, it's a big camaraderie kind of communal thing that we do. And there's no place I'd rather be than in South Philly on game day.
The cool sort of dynamic that E and I share is our sons are exactly the same age, right? Your son is 9, same as mine, right?
Yeah.
So we each sort of get to like dabble with bringing our kids. So we have like that dad side of our lives. And then there's the other times where we just go with ourselves and we're deep in the chaos.
Yeah. Well, and as far as the game goes, like, you know, and speaking to being that dad mode, you go into dad mode, right? So it's not like you can't partake in all the shenanigans or be too crazy out in the parking lots. And then when you're at the game, where normally I'm filming and, scanning the crowd for some interesting sign or somebody wearing a goofy hat or just something, a lot of it's, paying attention to the kids and make sure they have the most enjoyable time. Because that's what you're trying to do, man. You're trying to really, that's how I was brought up. And so you're trying to encourage the kids to, hey, this is part of what we do as a family tradition and make sure they're having a good day. Like the focus is on them. Usually it's on me and my game day experience, but it was on them.
Yeah. My like dad guilt is how so Phil and I, we have season tickets. You have season tickets. Phil and I have season tickets. When Phil and I were kids, if our dad brought us to an Eagles game, it was a huge deal because we only went once or twice.
Yeah.
And now we're lucky enough to have our own season tickets. So I tell Phil, I'm now at the point as being a dad as well. Like we're leaving in the morning. My kids are tugging on my shirt. Like, Daddy, I want to come. Like, so this year we brought Phil came with us. I brought both my sons and we had a blast at the Browns game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw E. We went all over too. I mean, Vince and Philly Sports Trips were at the 4th and John tailgate, and then they're going to be at C6 this week. Big bus trip. E's going on. Redskins game, which is like 3 days before Christmas, so that's going to be fun as crap. And then I was at C6. Like the barbecue crap was crazy. The food was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was
insane. Phil, you said you ate. Phil, you never.
Well, I never eat, dude. I'm usually just like running around, like having a good time.
Yeah, are you surprised to hear that Phil doesn't eat much before games usually?
Just kidding. I'm just raging.
But neither do I. Neither do I, because I'm always very. You get offered a lot, right? You get every tailgate you stop by. Hey, try this, try that. And like sometimes it's like I don't know where I've been dapping people up all day. Like I don't know where your hand's been. You've probably been scratching your balls and sausage on the grill. You know what I mean? But I'll say when they do it at C6, I mean, Matt comes up to me, who's a brilliant chef and a brilliant content creator, and he's like, "Try some quail." And I'm like, "How do you know the quail?"
The quail was really good. Quail.
Yeah,
Would you like some nice foie gras before the Eagles go 3 and out on the opening drive? Ugh.
Well, I think the home opener, he was like, try some Wagyu with caviar on top. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is going on right now?
the
The
guy had
gator.
a saber. The guy had a saber and was slicing prosciutto off this like
Yes.
slab. I'm like,
Yes.
dude, this is it's a whole other level, man. This
So,
guy's
food wise, they bring in the heavy hitters like the chefs. Temp was there too. So they bring in like the heavy hitter chefs, and they just make amazing tailgate food. So you can't say no. You can't say no to it.
Nah,
Heck no.
it was crazy. Uncle Ronald's dialing it up.
Mm-hmm.
We put the fatties on there. It's crazy that we're gonna talk. We got a little backfill, but
we good.
It's crazy the drama. Whether it's Nick yelling back at the fans or the drama that this team is filled with, because like 10 in a row, and the tailgate's just unbelievable. Just seeing everybody and all the different people that do an Eagle social media or just fans in general that we get to see every week. And we have that, which is just so much fun in and of itself. And then when that ends, it's like just the beginning because you have the whole game and everything. And then we do this. And like, it's just been amazing the last couple weeks. It's so unfortunate that like, there always has to be something, but I think it's just part of it's the radio and stuff in Philly's just masterful with that. There's not a lot of markets that have it like that.
Well, I tell you, all the media stuff that's going on, and everyone wants to blame the media, and 9.5 times out of 10, I will go 100% agree with you. It would be like, yeah, it's the media stirring stuff up.
Sure. It's not.
It's
not this time.
No, it's not. And peek behind the curtain if you haven't figured this out. Like everybody listening or watching or yourselves haven't figured this out on your own. There's a formula to this, right? So they encourage spicy takes. They encourage the radio host to, hey, you'll take this side, I'll take that side. Sometimes the opinions aren't exactly what they believe, but rather what will make good conversation. In this particular instance, Elliott Shore Park simply put a microphone in front of AJ's face and said, what does the offense need to do to improve? It's not an outlandish. That's not a hot takey question. It's like, hey, what do you think? And AJ said what he said. And then Brandon, who I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about, Brandon, I listened to it live. He came locked and loaded and ready to roll, and without really any hesitation or solicitation, like let it rip. And so this is not the media's fault. Like this is for better or for worse, and maybe the outcome of this is all good. Maybe this is a good thing. I'm hoping it's a good thing. But nevertheless, that was completely player driven.
Yeah, they blew it wide open. And we talked about before we hit the button and went live, but you're going the person I feel sorriest for is Saquon Barkley, because he beat the single season rushing record. He's going for Eric Dickerson's record. They're winning like they're winning. And we've seen it. The passing go from a Jalen throws from 206 yards, 180 yards, 120 yards, 100 yards. We've seen the passing go. We know they rank 28th, 31st, 30th. They're hovering between the bottom 5 in the league in passing offense. We know that, and we called for them. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play defense. And that's what you get. We knew eventually going into the playoffs there was going to be that. I didn't think it would come from the players, though. You knew there was going to be that conversation. Hey, do they have to throw to win once they get in the postseason? I thought they did enough. I don't know where the drama comes from. Like in the Ravens game, Jalen Hurts threw past to Dallas Goedert for a touchdown. AJ Brown was like fired up. And like there was a play where in the last game against the Panthers, AJ Brown was double covered. Jalen Hurts works his way to the other side of the field and hits Devontae Smith for a dart. So he throws when he has to. It has regressed to one way, but they're just playing a certain kind of ball. That's why I hate stats, because he had like 110 QBR, and then you're in the bottom of the league in passing, and he's got a high QBR because they don't throw a lot. He's in the bottom of the league in the passing because they don't throw a lot, and it's just that's not the style they've been playing, and I don't know where this came from. What were you going to say, Nick?
To be honest with you, and this is all just speculation on my part,
Mhm.
like when you look at the stats, and famously there was a line that was like lies, damn lies, and then there's statistics. So the statistics kind of lie, not lie to you, but you have to understand the context behind the statistic. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is ranked in the bottom third as far as passing yards and passing attempts. No surprise they were running the football team. That's what we all wanted, right? We wanted to run the football team. But when you take a look at completion percentage, quarterback rating, stuff like that, well, I'll classify as efficiency stats.
Sure.
He's top 10. So
Right.
when they're throwing the ball, they're not throwing the ball much, but when they are, he's being efficient. Now, against the Panthers, Jalen did not have a good game. If you take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game out of the picture, which that was like the benchmark of like the low of the season, that was arguably taking the Tampa Bay right out of the equation. That was arguably the worst game he's played, not only this season, but honestly in a while. I have to go back and rewatch the game, but there was open targets that were missed. There were opportunities that were missed. And I think AJ's frustration is, and you've heard Nick talk about this, like, hey, why didn't so-and-so get the ball? And you're like, it's just the way the game plays out. Certain games, there's going to be certain guys highlighted. Certain games, it's going to be Goddard's day. It's going to be Smitty's day. It's going to be Saquon's day. I honestly think that yesterday, or not yesterday, the previous game was supposed to be AJ's day. Like,
Sure.
AJ, like the offensive game plan was not Smitty heavy. It was not Saquon heavy. I think it was AJ heavy, and then just Jalen failed to deliver the ball.
I get it there.
And so if you're supposed to be the guy that day, this is my day. I'm wide open for touchdowns. This is the day where I'm supposed to break out for $120, $130, and 2 tutties. And we can't seem to pass the ball whatsoever against a 3-win team. You don't want AJ saying what he said in front of a microphone, but at the same time, you can understand a little frustrated. Because if you look at his stats, I understand he missed a couple games. The previous 2 years, he was like either 1,400 yards. I think close to approaching 1,501, but he was well over 1,400 yards the last couple of years. And I think last time I checked, last week prior to this Carolina game, he was like halfway there, with 5 games left.
They have been playing a little bit better, and we see it all the time. I think the Eagles, like last year when they were like 10-1, they lost to the Jets, and then they were like they beat the Bills. That game was crazy. Miami game was crazy last year, like Kelly Green and stuff. It happens though. I mean, even the worst team in the league wins 2, 3, 4 games or whatever. So I wasn't that surprised. I thought the game had a little bit of everything. The CJ GJ hits were awesome. There's an interception. Jalen Hurts threw 2 touchdown passes. He rushed for 1. Saquon got 20. It got a little bit too close for comfort. I thought there was a point in the game too that they could have went up more than 1 score, and then they punted and they didn't kick the field goal. But I thought the game had a little bit of everything, and I wasn't surprised that it was close. I mean, these bad teams play us tough all the time. We've seen it.
I'm mad at 2 things coming out of that game. One is the Eagles PR staff. I think the Eagles PR staff needs to take a really hard look in the mirror and prep these players when they're going out in these scenarios and things that they should and shouldn't say. And then the second is the players, because the players ultimately have the choice whether maybe the PR staff's doing a great job in telling them, but they need to hold this together. The Eagles are winning. They're winning significantly. 9 games in a row, tied for the franchise record, going for 10. Why are we worried about stats, right? We should be worried about winning. It's an oversimplistic take, but it's the truth. You come out of a game like that, you're unhappy that you didn't get enough targets. That shouldn't be your message to the media. You should be like, hey, listen, I'm happy we won the game. I really wish we had more production here, but overall, my goal is to win the game and to win a Super Bowl. I don't understand why that's not the message out to the fans, why it has to be about personal accolades and things like that.
Record.
And it's amazing because you had a sideline video of Saquon Barkley go viral where there was a game where he had a chance to have a record or have somebody score, and he said, "Now let the other guys eat." So we've gone from let the other guys eat, which is happening, and Saquon was the voice behind that. Saquon's eating. Some of the players, they have room for improvement, obviously. But why are we mad? Why are we mad that we're winning? Why are we mad at each other? Does that point back to the coach? I'm not sure. More questions than answers as far as I'm concerned.
I'll tell you that the PR staff does do a very diligent and good job in prepping people for press conferences, getting to Nick before he takes a stage after a game, getting to Jalen, pulling them aside, say, because they're scanning social media, they're scanning what people are saying. So they're like, hey, this is going to come up, because they don't know when they're on the field. They don't know that the camera actually got Nick Sirianni looking at Derek Barnett and going, what was it? It's always him. You know what I mean? Remember when that happened? It's always him. So damn right well the PR staff or the media staff pulled them aside and said, hey, listen, they caught that on camera. We have to dance around this. So here's what I think you should say. And Nick's going to put his own spin on it and to be honest with you, sometimes the players or the coaches, sometimes Nick doesn't always follow what the recommendation is. So it's more of a suggestion than it is like, hey, you have to say this. They're going to go up there and say their own thing. What differentiates that with the AJ thing is you're in the locker room. The PR staff does not have enough time to get to every player and talk shit over. So you are getting a professional athlete, raw reaction, heartfelt instant reaction, no time to cool down, no time to kind of settle in, no time to talk to somebody else, no time for the PR staff to get to them. Press conferences, yes.
Yeah. But it's not these guys' first rodeo. They should know better.
No, it was intentional. Like. They should know better. I'm not making excuses for them. I will say the PR staff for post-game locker room interviews does not have.
They don't have a chance to get to.
That's good. That's good intel. And they're looking to move away from that. I heard it a little bit today. They're talking about it on other stations or what have you, but they're looking to, as you see they're looking to do more mic'd up type content, and they're looking to do less reporters in the locker room. They're moving away from that. And in general, I think the owners like controversy as well. It gets out there and it promotes their product more, as crazy as it sounds, but I think they like it. But we want to keep it positive. We got some funny stuff planned for you, and more importantly, the Eagles win streak is crazy. We've been having a great time at the tailgates and everything like that, and we're going to keep it rolling this week going in the Steelers game. But Dallas was eliminated from fantasy, and the craziest thing is you guys have probably had this happen to you where someone comes up to you and they tell you like the 2 or 3 things they need in fantasy football, and you're like, dude, I don't care. Like, why are you telling me this? Oh, I need this. And then they're showing you their phone, and like they got 2 guys that you have on your team, but they got like 1 guy that you're playing against in your own other league, and they're like, well, I need
locked
this.
in the awkward fantasy convo. Oh, I need Dallas Goedert to get 1 more catch, and
I need a
to fumble. Yeah, death.
But the worst
that convo.
So I say this because my good buddy had AJ Brown, who didn't do much of anything. And he was up. He was still up. Having said that, he was still up bigly. And he played against Jamar Chase last night. He was up like 34 points, and Jamar had 38.
Jamar Chase's stats are
like
unbelievable this year.
It was like crazy. So, although I had this conversation, you may want Dallas to like win a few of these games here and just keep moving into the you can never root for Dallas, but you want them to pick in the teens, not in the top 10.
Oh no! Consider me a unofficial Giants fan. Honestly, and for the actually for the last like 3 weeks, I've been let's go Big Blue, because I just want to keep that draft spot moving backwards. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them having the first, second, or third pick. You want Dallas to win games. You want, because they're not going to do anything this year. You just want to keep dropping them back.
Yeah, you don't want another Jaden Daniels in the division.
No, we don't need that shit.
Oh my god! I
might have 2 people that are requesting to crash.
Oh my god! We got it.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I have some of our close.
Oh no, dude! We've been briefed. We had a data leak, dude.
I got one.
Oh no! Yo, with the tank and everybody. What's happening, guys? Yo, what's happening?
This is the vibe. This is what I wanted.
No drama here.
Get on the podcast.
Entenmann Steak, Dolan's
You gotta
Bar,
pay for that next time.
Nady Tank, E-Rock here. We're going to eat some quail this week.
Nady.
Hey, E-Rock.
Quail.
Can you hear
What's
me?
up with it, baby?
Yes, I hear
Hey,
you.
Nady, what do you think about the what Brandon Graham said?
It, just like a lot of people have been saying, that's what needed to be said. Let's get that out. Let's get that done with. I feel like this is a thing that's been lingering around for 2 years.
Hey,
Like,
we're from Seattle to
well, 1
fucking
year.
Philadelphia with it. What the fuck up with
Oh,
it,
yeah, all
boys?
right. Sure.
Kid show.
Good show.
All right, we're
Kid
good.
show.
Good.
No, if that was what he was saying earlier. So if that's what needed to be said for them to say, yo guys, as a captain, yo guys, have this conversation. It's either gonna tear us down. Eventually, it's gonna tear us down right now, and we're doomed anyway. Or let's risk it all. He's a gambler. I've seen him in Atlantic City. Risk it all and have the conversation now. Fix it now. They got 4 or 5 games to go. They're pretty much locked in, barring like 2 Lions losses and a Vikings loss and all kinds of stuff. They're pretty much locked in at that 2 seed, which might be an easier path to play the Redskins and the Vikings. And if they're going to have that conversation now, start resting people towards the last couple games. Let's fix it, boys.
Don't want to miss anybody. We need to vibe all the way through to the end. Have Saquon going in, not off rest. Keep it rolling. 20, 25 passes for Hurts, 20, 25 carries for Saquon. I like where the Eagles are at. I don't know why they're fighting each other. It drives me bananas.
I don't know. These guys got garage beers, and they're celebrating a 10-game win streak.
Wait, I have a. Oh no, he lost Tank. I needed to ask him his favorite Entenmann's item. I'm gonna text.
We'll have to text him. Well, it's good to see that party crash. If anybody listened to this tomorrow in their car, they might have blown your speakers out. But boys are vibing.
I love a good that just re-energized me. I feel like I was getting a little depressed.
That's what the vibe we've had for like freaking 9-10 weeks now. I mean, it's been so much fun. I see you guys like every week, and we just like, let's go.
Yeah.
Tailgate win. Tailgate win.
Listen, that vibe will be there for me on Sunday. What's the last home Eagles game you missed? It's been a while.
I can't specifically remember.
I'll say it like this, because you go to most home games.
Yeah.
When it's like a few aways and you can't do the aways, and you get that like little build where it's like, ooh, I haven't been there in a while. Like for me, it's like a week. Like if I don't go in a week, I'm like itching, and I feel the itch. And it's Pittsburgh, and it's going to be rainy. I'm so excited for a bad weather game. We haven't had a bad weather game in a while. We're going to get like 2 inches of rain. It's going to be nasty.
That's the best thing that can happen to this team is that they get bad weather and they have to run the ball. If they try to overcompensate, you've seen Howie do this where they don't have cornerbacks and he drafts 7 of them, and they don't have linebackers and they sign 15 of them to work them out. And then people say you can't pass. That's kind of how this run game started. The team went to the coach and said, we want to run the ball. We want to do this. All the fans said, run the ball. If they try and like show that, hey, we can pass, we can do this. Pittsburgh is plus 17 turnover differential. Eagles are plus 4. If they start chucking it up and Jalen Hurts goes over like turnovers and stuff like that, he has not turned the ball over like at all.
Yeah,
So
no, it's going to be important. And like, if you're the Steelers now, you're prepping for one of 2 things. You're watching your next opponent go through like a media crisis right now, and I'm telling you right now, this is the pivotal moment, because I could very much see now that BG kind of forced the issue. I'm not saying he should have done it, but he forced the issue. He forced the hand of the team. Like, okay, we got to sit down and address it. We're not going through what we went through last year. There was a lot of infighting and hurt feelings and so not talking. talking to so-and-so, which like last year's collapse was about bad coordination and bad coaching. But there was a lot of infighting too that helped compound the situation. I feel like what they went through last year will help prevent, at least this is my hope, that it'll help prevent it happening again this year. But if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're like, either they're going to do it's a bad weather game, either they're going to stick to what they're good at, or they're going to force feed the wide receivers for better or for worse. And for Eagles fans, you got to be thinking like this is either going to destroy the team real quick because they're sensitive like that, like it's a sensitive locker room, or they're going, this is going to galvanize the team, and they're going to pick a common enemy, almost a la what they did after the Cleveland game when Nick is chirping to the fans, and we're all, pissed off about that, and then organically there almost seemed to be like for a couple weeks a us versus the fans, us versus everybody outside of this building.
That could be really powerful.
Yeah, so it might galvanize the team. Like, listen, we're going to prove that we're going to play for each other and that we're going to keep business and keep the main thing and all that cliche stuff. And it's either really going to galvanize them or God, I just can't imagine going through what we went through last year.
And I'll tell you what's eerily similar about last year and this year was about the same week. It was week 13 last year when we went up against our first real team. The 49ers game got worked, and then we all went down to Dallas, and then we all know how that went and how everything went from there. We ended up being 6 losses last year. We're winning the division regardless, so that's the difference. You don't have a team in your division like nipping at your heels, so the Eagles are going to win their division. So I think that this is happening at the right time. I like the BG thing. I think we can probably move on from it, but it's kind of like if like two relatives are beefing and it's all silent and you just bring it up at the dinner table at Thanksgiving and everybody just has at it. I'm hoping that that's what happens. And like you said, we can just move on because these guys gotta.
Because if it's the latter, if it's worse, I'm hoping it's best case scenario. If it's worst case scenario, everybody's got to go, and I got no problem saying that out loud in public. Like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You all had your shot. You all got a mulligan. And for the 5 core value or 7 core, whatever core value. Number one's connect. If you guys can't get this team to connect, Nick, Jalen, the whole lot of them, out. We got to move on. We're not going to turn this team into the 76ers. Where there's just egos and drama, and year after year you're trying to bring in another piece to pair with the main guy, and they don't get along. No, we're not fucking doing this. We're not doing this.
Not doing. So there's 80% of the public money's on the Steelers. The Eagles are favored -5. So that's
a lot, though.
Did that line move?
I'd put my money on the Steelers.
Steelers +5. Oh yeah, for sure. They love it. And
Steelers +5.
Steelers are +5. Eagles -5.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was the other way around. Never mind.
Yeah, Eagles are favored big.
That's crazy to me.
So it's Eagles -5.5.
Yes.
Not +5.5.
The Steelers, right. Not
Steelers
+5.
Steelers are getting 5 points.
Yeah,
I'd put money on the Steelers. Honestly,
I picked the Eagles, we can get into
the Eagles money line. I picked the Eagles money line, but I would have 100%.
Yeah, this is it. This is the lines now. Oh, it's open at 4. You can get Steelers +5, and then we look at the public. You've got where is it? 79% of the public.
Oh, it dipped under 80. They probably moved it that when they moved it a half a point. That's probably what happened. Public.
Yeah,
that's crazy though. And the public's been doing pretty good this year, but I don't know if it's rainy and we're gonna run the ball and Saquon Barkley's going for the title and
that's why I think though what you're seeing there is reflective. It's the line's a little too big, right? So we're gonna put money on the Steelers, but that's why we think the Eagles are gonna win. We think the line's a little too big. That's why the majority of the money's on Pittsburgh.
Steelers passing offense and their running aren't all that great. The only thing the Steelers are really good was I mentioned earlier, like the turnovers. They get +17.
Yeah,
they're crazy. That's why they shouldn't chuck it. You're gonna have wet balls and rain but yeah, we can get into picks for the Eagles Steelers and then we'll show our favorite memes of the week. and then we'll hopefully see you guys at Tailgate. Vince and Philly Sports Trips, they're gonna be at C6 this week, right? I think so.
I don't know
Yeah.
exactly where they're gonna be.
Not only that, definitely give them a shout out. The raffle this week, and I did share their raffle to our story, is for 2 tickets with the bus to the Washington trip. That's the C6 Tailgate raffle this week. So they're partnered up with Philly Sports Trips. I did see that this morning.
Yeah, so they're doing good. And then you're going on. Are you DJing that trip?
No, I'll be attending. I'm not DJing.
You just going and ripping it. That's good. That's fun.
Yeah, sometimes like listen, like there's some tailgates I really enjoy DJing. Usually it's the big away games because you're front and center stage. I got the DJ.
You killed it in Arizona.
Well, like that's like one of the what I'm talking about. At the Super Bowl, I was center stage. Vegas was I was DJing like on a stage at a pool party. So like that kind of stuff I like. You know, there's trips like Baltimore where you get stuck in a corner inside of a bar surrounded by Ravens fans, and you're like, all right.
Oh, someone in the comments said someone in the comments said Pickens might be out. That would be another one.
Pickens would be out for a second straight week. I'm not going to mention that he's on my fantasy team because you don't like that. But
that was a good setup. That was a good setup there, though, in Baltimore, though. Like right across the street from the stadium, but then you're in a bar in a little DJ booth in the corner.
Yeah. I was DJing from behind the Christmas tree, and then the whole bar was pissed off at me because all the Eagles fans were outside, all the Ravens fans were inside. And they had some sort of rock station there. So, like, they warned me, like, okay, when we get on the mic to be like, we're Rock 105.9, the Rat, whatever. Yeah, we're here down at whatever this bar's name is. Visit us at the booth and you can win a prize and go Ravens. And I was like, the next time this MFer gets on the mic and says, go Ravens, I'm playing Fly Eagles Fly.
Phil, nobody plays Alice in Chains Man on the Box more than FM 105.
And as soon as he got done the second time, this is DJ Love from Rat 109. Go Ravens. And then I just banged Fly Eagles Fly over the whole bar.
Fly.
All the Ravens, I was getting booed so bad. I was like, I don't give a shit. Get your dude with the microphone out of
here. And I'm sad I missed that because that's one of the stadiums that I haven't been to yet. I'm doing pretty good. Probably got like
you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Like imagine Northwest or FedEx, whatever the F they're calling it nowadays. Imagine if like Josh Harris put $50 million of renovations into FedEx Field. That's M&T Bank Stadium.
Oh my gosh!
Like it still sucks. It's not a good stadium.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our Eagles Steelers fix. The score is the over under is 42.5. So they're looking like 20.
They know it's gonna rain. Whoa. I'm over. Okay. I'll let you guys go first.
17-24 Birds.
Yeah, I'm right there.
And
that's a cover though.
Cover City the 5.
That's a cover, so that
Saquon's gonna go for 200 and he's gonna be in the run.
Yeah, but that's why you don't listen to me for betting advice. I just act like I know what I'm talking about, dude.
No, I'm gonna middle. I'm gonna go with E, and I'm gonna middle, and I'm gonna take the Eagles. I'm gonna go with what you said earlier. I liked it. I get like 24-21. So it's an over. It's a Steelers cover, but an Eagles money line.
I'm down.
I'll go 24-21.
I'm gonna do 24-19. It's gonna be Eagles.
A lot of field goals.
Yeah.
I'm bad at betting
too. The Eagles defense is it's like 15.
I just -5 off of 24.
And landed at 19. Just basic math. Yeah, it works. Whatever.
But my score requires Jake Elliott to kick a field goal, which we didn't even get into. But I think Jake Elliott pulls it together. You guys real quick on Jake Elliott?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think mechanically there's something that needs to be corrected. And we see 1 to 5 kicks a game. We don't see the hundreds to thousands of kicks in practice.
Yeah.
So if you don't think he's out there, he's got one job. Like the 3 of them got one job. So they're out there doing it. They're out there doing it all week. They're out there doing it all week. And so, mechanically, I'm sure there's something that's got to be corrected and that it is being worked on to be corrected. Or sometimes you got to look at something like, listen, what was it? Kelly Oubre just said, like, you never change your shot. Never change your shot. Make adjustments on the move, make adjustments on never change it because your shot what's got you to the NBA. And then, if you think about that from a kicking standpoint, even pitchers will say like, or batters will do, like you heard Pete Rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't change your swing, but make a mechanical adjustment. Choke up on the bat, choke down on the bat, move up on the plate, move back on the plate, left to the, you know what I mean? So mechanically, the setup, I'm sure there's something that needs to be changed there, but he doesn't need to change his swing at all. He's good.
I was going to make a joke and just say mechanically they need to get Grant Calcaterra's dad out of our section and move Mrs. Elliott back because when
Grant
Mrs. Elliott
Calcaterra's in our section,
his dad,
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
And his dad and Phil have beef.
Yeah, he hates me.
Tell the story.
Phil kept running over and high-fiving him one day.
He was not having it.
He wasn't having it. He just like wasn't into the vibe. He was so God bless him. He was so seriously locked into the game, and it was the game where Grant Calcaterra made that unbelievable fumble recovery that saved the game, the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
That's when I tried to
run over there to high five him, and he just was
get away from me, bro.
But previous,
you can't win
we figured out that Mrs. Elliott was up there because she would just wear a beanie with a rhinestone number 4 on the top. And she was real pretty. So like, this has to be her. So we followed her on Instagram, like stalkers, and we would run and like scale up the wall and try to high five her, but she would laugh. Like she thought we were kind of funny. Grant Calcaterra's dad was not having it.
Yeah, not having it.
By the way, did you see the absolutely awesome video? I think I shared it on Twitter too. Of the it's this bar called the Lombard House or whatever, and Grant's brother was there.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then he scored a touchdown, and like he was on the verge of tears. Like that dude was on the verge.
Oh,
of tears.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's get into meme of the week. Warm me up with that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's not your pick, but
I'll warm you up with this for show.
I appreciate that they both have the Officer Favre mustache. Like they both rock the mustache.
No, it's funny because the way we figured out it was his dad is I'm like, look at that dude with that old dude that keeps standing up with the TO jersey on.
Yeah.
And then it just like started to sort of click, like as Grant did anything, he was going nuts. And then I realized this when he turned one time, it was Calcaterra in the back. I go, that's got to be his dad.
Do you guys know you sit in the employee section?
Do I?
Yeah.
Do we? I have no idea.
Yeah, so 115, and then the section directly immediately to our left is
we bought the license off the SBL website and paid the crazy transfer.
Yeah. That's not to say that every seat is employee and family, but that's where employee and family sit. So that's why
that's funny.
Huh?
So that's awesome. They certainly.
And then the week before, the same night, to the right was LeGarrette Blount, Malcolm Jenkins, and Trey Burton were up there.
Yeah.
To the right of this other guy that was kind of miserable that night. But they were cracking up.
If you see fans, especially under the covered seats, right? So under the covered, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like where you're away from the rain. Like from that row up, if you see people in opposing jerseys, that's family of the other team.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we are fortunate to sit in the employee and family sections.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Phil and I are sure giving them a flavor of Philly every Sunday.
Doug Chase U was sitting kind of, I don't know, in the vicinity of where you are sometimes. He's like right behind us. The other side. That's sweet. Actually, good segue of 81 jersey because I'll lead off the meme of the week here with where's he at? Where is this guy at? With my boy Ed.
People need to be explained what this is all about, by the way.
No, that guy. Yeah.
Everybody's like, I don't get it. Why? He should be happy he is there. And then somebody called him crack baby.
Yeah, he's my good friend. Doesn't really care about sports. Comes up from time to time. He has a lot of friends and stuff in the city. He works like as a medic and he's a firefighter. So he's like 3 days on and then he's off for like 4 days. So he'll go to Philly and be on like a bender and the whole thing. So he wanted to come up and he was just gonna like tailgate and then go to the bar or something. And then I was like, let's just check like our section. It was literally we were about to walk in and there was like one random ticket in our section for like pretty good price, pretty cheap. And I was like, dude, this is literally like 2 or 3 rows in front of us. You're gonna be by yourself, but
That's awesome.
That was the story.
Awesome.
And so what? He's just like
He
wandering
kind of
in.
stood where Mark usually stands sometimes, and then Mark got mad because he was in Mark's spot and it was the whole thing. And then I sent him down, and then I took the video, and everybody was just like,
"Oh, that's awesome!"
Everyone was like in on it. It was
one of my favorite dudes in the section. I only see him a couple times a year, but he's like this young, tall, good-looking kid, like handsome young man, real handsome young man, right? And just one of those dudes, who's just got, I guess as the kids would call Riz, you know what I mean? Like he's just, you can tell he's got like game, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
He's in a camouflage jersey, and if he spots a hottie in the box above us, he'll put his number on that big thing with your phone, and he'll just stand there all night.
Like the Snapchat.
Back to the game, just trying to get whatever hotties in the box seat. He's going for it. He's fucking going.
You hold it up.
You guys got to point me out. I'd never seen this guy. You guys are busy checking out dudes at the game. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Who is that guy? People have replied like, is that guy?
He's awesome though. He's awesome.
All right, so my choice for meme of the week. So I grew up. I always worked in bars and restaurants my whole life. Before I was a teacher like I am now and doing internet and whatever that we do now. But Jerry Blavitt, is that a name that rings a bell for you, E? You're in the DJ world?
Yeah.
So Jerry Blavitt would DJ a lot of the bars I worked down here at the Shore. And him and I kind of became like...
The Heater with the Heater?
The Heater with the Heater, yeah. And so he passed away, sadly. And in no time, Bob Kelly has risen to be, in my opinion, probably the next Skeeter with the Heater. He does all the little stuff down here. And I love Bob Kelly. I love the Philly Fox News. Those guys crack me up on the daily. Bob Kelly posted a fire meme that had me rolling. I'm in the midst of all of the AJ Brown and all the stupid stuff of everything. And Bob Kelly posts this meme. The weird thing about having Entenmann's cake in the house was the way the knife lived in the box for the duration.
Which is 100%.
Like, why do you have a favorite Entenmann's item, E? Like, did you keep the knife in the box? Like, our mom absolutely did this.
Knife in the box, absolutely. I think everybody did, and then the knife would get retired to the dishwasher once the cake was complete.
I think Entenmann should do a limited release item with a knife in the box, like the holiday 2024 knife, or make it and put it in there and sort of ride that wave, because I don't know, this stupid meme got a lot of reach. So
I think that's like a marketing genius. Like, we'll do holiday boxes with the built-in knife already there. It's a plastic. It's a plastic butter
2024 knife in the box.
Yeah, and that's your next Hess. What's the Hess thing?
Yeah, the Hess trucks. My kids get them every year.
Yeah. That it becomes a collector item. That was a Long Beach Island thing for me. Like when we
How
went
many
down to
knives have ended up in the trash this way? So Ray,
The comments are incredible.
He plays at like the Phillies block party in Xfinity. He's funny.
So
I thought
two
we were the
things I
only
noticed.
family.
I went hunting for Entenmann's tonight. You can't get the raspberry. The raspberry is like trying to find like a Charizard. And I posted a story and I was like, Entenmann's, what's the deal? Did you guys discontinue? Because the raspberry is by far my favorite item. And Entenmann's actually DM'd us and was like, no, they're just really in high demand right now because it's the holidays. So I picked up the sampler. What is your guys' favorite donut from the
Oh, you gotta
Entenmann's
get the
sampler?
crumb top. Chocolate's good though, but the crumb top all day.
I'm doing an unboxing right now.
The chocolate's eventually going to get on your fingers. All right. The crumb top is the goat.
And didn't this used to be unflavored? Am I going crazy? Like, wasn't it like the unflavored, like just like the raw dough? This is a glazed now. So Entenmann's has changed their variety box. But
Grease is gonna find the raspberry Danish, and he's gonna wash it down with like a raspberry margarita or something on his channel. So
He's going to turn it into a drink.
it still tastes amazing.
Yo, blend it, make a smoothie. Make an Entenmann's like alcohol smoothie. I bet you can pull it off. I know he can. That's a special request.
A glazed donut drink, Dries. Entenmann's. Knife in the box.
Entenmann's.
Knife in the box. Just put the knife in the glass.
The knife in the glass. And did you make this or did you see it? People post it?
I didn't see this one yet.
First of all, I make a lot of memes. You know me better than this. I'm not going there. I am Johnny, play it safe. I am not going there. The reason why this was my meme of the week, though, is just because looking at this photo, I can't help but think like, man, we all lived through the Terrell Owens thing, but like there was no social media at the time. Could you imagine?
Oh my God! It's social media. It's so funny because my friend that came that doesn't even really care about the Eagles. He was wearing a T.O. jersey, and then the next day, all this drama went down, and McNabb and T.O. started fighting again, and it's a really good meme, but I think we're gonna keep the vibes high. We're all gonna link up at the tailgate again. Yeah, honorable mention too. Jason Kelsey saying that Dallas was a dump, and other honorable mention.
An armpit and a butthole.
Other honorable.
I posted. Everybody wants the Philly guy at the party until the Philly guy's at the party. You know what I mean? Like he looks like a blast until like all of a sudden he starts acting a fool, and you're like, whoa, what was that? Hey, you wanted him, you got him. That's Jason Kelsey in the Raw. He's not gonna change for you guys.
So good.
Yeah.
That and I tag like literally anybody I ever see at an Eagles game at the I brought Mike Tyson back from the dead 2 weeks ago.
And that was a really good one.
I give you guys all a kiss before I walk in because
let's do that. Do that as the kiss goodbye.
I'll do that as a kiss goodbye. Oh, before I put that up, anything you want to plug? E, you have any events going on? Any merch dropping? Anything crazy?
I'm emceeing the Jordan Spector, Allen Iverson event. It's going to be awesome. All the details are up on Jordan Spector's website. I've been told by many Commanders fans that the annual takeover of their dump of the stadium is not happening. This is a real thing. I've been told this. Because Commanders fans started coming back to games. They brag about that. It's like, no, we started going back to games. I'm like, oh, well, you know what happens when the Eagles suck? There's still fans in the stands. So that we're not built the same. We're not built the same. So we got Philly sports trips. I'll be going down with there. Listen, if you haven't attended a game yet, this is the one to go to. This is going to be playoff heavy, not only within the division. Listen, divisions we got it. But seating wise, like this is going to be the final big check mark, the big test going into the playoffs. So I'm challenging everyone just to go to
I'm
Phil's.
amazed they said that they're going to start coming to games again after Vince literally has a full block of seats in the lower bowl and a full block of seats in the upper level too. He has like two choices.
But that's the thing. They didn't know that. They didn't know that. So also too, keep in mind, Eagles fans that like to go down to Washington, like it's going to be a little harder next year because Vince did. The way this thing goes is like you buy the tickets before the season, and Vince has been able to buy blocks of them at a time, and then the team got good.
And we're all off on Monday.
Yeah, and that's good. Oh wow, that's going to be a big one. Vic, do you have anything to plug before I let you guys go and put up this guy's butt again?
Just our website. Visit filthyandphilly.com. We have a brand new website. It's up and running. Articles, links. We have a bunch of affiliate partners. I won't go through them and bore you with that. And also, you can check out our link on there for 570 Creative and get all of our gear. Run the ball hats, hoodies, and some Christmas stuff. We have a Merry Christmas, you filthy animals shirt. That's epic. That's it.
That's cool. Nice. All right. Well, I'll leave you gentlemen with this. Where were we? Oh, yeah, here it is.
Did you see that one? Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, because
What's your prediction?
Vicious win. Love you.
Love you too.
best comment is Nady's like, I do this all
What's your prediction?
up.
No, we really do. Nady has kissed me on the cheek and been like, I love you, normal guy. Get to
All
win. And like
up.
kisses me, and I'm like, go Birds.
Yo, E, thanks so much. And we'll see you guys next week. If you missed anything, it's available on all the apps, and we post clips and all kinds of stuff. And follow us on YouTube. Yeah.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me, guys. You know, it's always a blast seeing it. It's a tailgate, and of course, when I'm down there at 115, like I will be for this upcoming game, it's always a blast. You know, kind of turning around and pointing at each other when they score, or make a big play, or tush, you know.
The tush push was good. I picked that.
We did
I picked that 2 weeks ago. I picked
did
that
you?
2 weeks ago.
Team of the week last week with that. Yeah.
Yeah, your boy's been doing this a while. He knows what shots work.
Beer falling down my face. That was almost.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'll get fired if I do that.
iHeart will let me go if they see me doing that again. Although the Ronnie Deutsch guy, the garage beer guy, killed me. But all right, boys, signing off. We all picked the Eagles to win big. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Go Birds.